What's up, Scoop Nation? Welcome to our channel, and if this is your first time, please like and subscribe and go ahead and comment what you would like to see us make on videos in the future. So I'll just go ahead and get right into it. I know this is what you guys want. This is my top 8 Gotenks deck that I just won the KTG, well, didn't win, but I top 8'd with the KTG 1K event and got myself a couple of nice little mats right here. Got that cloth top 8. All right, this is the mat they gave everyone just for coming to judge appreciation. And then this is the super limited you can only get from PPG if you top. Boom. Yeah, this mat is soft. Anyways, all right. So I ran Gotenks. So we all know what he does. You know, swing, draw. When you have a unison in play, untap 1 energy, draw 1. So the reason why this deck is so good is just because the leader is like amazing and so versatile. So if your opponent's leader can't attack your battle card, so he's either got to go for this guy or the unison, which is really good. And when this guy attacks, you draw 1, and you have an activate main that for 1 green, you can choose one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker from it. Or you can choose 1 green card in your hand and discard it. If you do, play 2 ghost tokens in rest mode. Super good if you're trying to like swarm your opponent. These ghost tokens get very heavy after a while, especially if don't play this if you're versing green, because of dormant they'll wipe them out for free. But any other deck, these are just as good as any 15k beat stick. The heart of the deck right here, that says Vegito. So he gives all of your mono green battle cards revenge, and then I ended almost every game with the -7, where you just go ahead, you look at their life, and you remove any 1 card from it, and then your opponent chooses. You don't choose, opponents chooses 3 cards in their hand and discards them. So that's still a huge -3. Fantastic. This is my other unison I run, kind of controversial against every other Gotenks deck, but I just like it because when I Union Fusion off the trunks, he lets us top 7 for a 2-cost green unison. So it's either I'm grabbing my boy here or I'm grabbing this. Something that's going to plus me. I can either use this card to discard because it's still a green card, and I can either charge it 2 for energy. So next. One of the best counterplays in the game besides blue, obviously. Frieza, counterplay, pop anything 7 or less. 4 of. Another kind of controversial thing, not a lot of people are actually mainboarding this anymore, but I don't know. For turn 4, it's just too good, because turn 3, I usually summon out this guy, right? Then turn 4, I'll evolve, and I'll usually hit a Rebrian. So this guy gets rid of anything barrier. He won me my invoker matchups just because I blew up their barrier stuff, and yeah, it was great. So 2 of. This is the main core. Gotta definitely run 4. The Reaper, basically he lets you draw 2 and you KO something, and he's a dual attack, and whenever he's popped or removed from the whenever he's KO'd or removed from the field, you get your materials back. Goku, 4 of. He's like insane, makes the whole deck so consistent and just easy. Pay 1, grab any of the Union Fusion guys, then pay 1, summon him, and get the Union Fusion guy. Then activate main for 1 green, grab the materials. So these are your materials. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy's like super good. He actually won me a game just because I needed 1 more swing. And for 1 green, I went ahead and critted a life, and then I played him, and then swung for 15 for game, and it just what I needed. So, and he's even really good too, because you can just put this guy back to your hand. If you don't have your unison, you can search for it. So fantastic. Mandatory 4. This guy I actually will be upping to 4 because I saw him plenty for the Union Fusion, but he actually, his activate main is just amazing. Discard this card from your hand. Player add up to one green Sun Goku. So, or you play this guy, right? And if you don't have your Unison, you can just top five for it. So this turn one, you can guarantee get your Unison if you don't have it. Well, not guarantee, but better than not. I run this for attack. This card was fantastic all day. All this aggro, they make you minus your hand so much. So just to be able to grab this piece of the fusion material whenever you don't have it, because in reality, I actually run like nine Trunkses in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the surprise 9, 8, 9. So I actually got this from one of my buddies from locals. I saw he topped with this deck too, and he was actually doing this as his spice. So useful. I I could grab my super combos from the deck with the Goku. I could whenever my Gotenks, the Grim Reaper would get popped, I could go ahead and just grab this back from my drop. Like I might as well have been running like 8 super combos. Absolutely fantastic. uh, Dr. Giro, there's so many cards that you're just abusing in your drop. You need to get stuff in your drop, and it's so good. Your hand is like stacked, like almost with this. And then another little controversial, but I run 4 Rebrand just because my favorite thing to do is rip cards from my opponent's hand every chance I get. Because this card won me like so many games, just because say turn 4, like they topo me, I'm gonna go ahead and just play 2 Rebrands and make you drop. So now you just dropped 6 cards from your hand, basically. So I didn't minus anything on my turn, and you minus very hard. So, and then I used to play it at 3, but I always was like, oh, I wish I had one more Rebrand to rip those last 2 cards and just easily win. But yep, so now I run it at 4, no regrets. Uh, this is another piece of tech. Everyone has just been screaming like, "Oh, if you run blue or green, you need to run him." He's actually fantastic, but since he's not mono green, I can't actually get revenge on him. So, like, I would actually switch up the numbers if I had to redo it, and I would run 3 of him. I know he doesn't draw you a card, but you're not paying an energy. And I guarantee you in Gotenks, if you play this deck, you'll realize you're always tapping out your energy for whatever. And you'd rather just have a free blocker with revenge versus a blocker you have to pay for that doesn't have revenge. Because all the matchups I versed, like Red Broly, Skillless Gohan, Dark Broly, and Invoker, like there's you just want to have revenge. It's just necessary. So this guy's cool, draw whatever, but I would definitely 2 of him, 3 of him in the future. Zarbon, 2 of. He's eventually going to get in your deck, and you just keep re-looping him from your drop. There's no need to have more than 2. I saw him every game, just the right amount. Uh, I actually ran 2 Master Roshis. This card single-handedly won my Red Broly matchup. I looped Dormant Potential for 6 turns straight with this card. So I actually upped it in the sideboard, so I have 1 extra in the sideboard. But I always run 2 main just because it's so nice to be able to grab it back if you only saw 1 dormant. It's really the only reason that you run it. Make sure you can dormant every turn. The aggro is just too nasty. Fusamasu, I have to say, hands down, the most useless card I've played today. Like, uh, the 1 is amazing, obviously, to start ripping cards from your opponent's hand, but the meta's too fast right now, so I didn't even get to use this card. It was always just combo or charge, and then even if I did get to summon it, like I got to use it against Invoker, they just Emperor's Death beamed it, and it just I felt dumb. So literally no use for me today. Dormant Potential, no shocker. This is a 4 of. Best green negate. It's the only reason green's even playable right now against all this aggro. So shocking Death Ball, fantastic. A lot of double strikes out there that just easier to take 1 and then pop something. Make sure their field's not swarmed. Last but not least, Cell Xeno. Absolutely useless all day. So, not gonna lie, locals and other games that I played with my team, like this card is busted. If you can survive like turn three playing the deck normally, you can get this out turn three, but it's obviously better turn five. But like with all the aggro, this was such a dead card in my hand. I sideboarded it out every game. 100% if you have Bardock SCR, I would highly have recommended that more because this card didn't come in hand. But if you in not aggro and non-aggro format, oh my gosh, you play this guy, right? Rip three cards. You -7 off your unison, right? So right here, this is three cards you're ripping from their hand. This is three cards you're ripping from their hand. And say it's turn five, right? And you already have both of your six drops out. Just go ahead and play two Rebrands. So I tap four to play two Rebrands, -7 to get three, and then right here I just free summon this guy and rip. So it's a total of 10 cards you're ripping in one turn. If that doesn't guarantee you the dub, then I don't know what will. Next up, we have the sideboard. All right, so for the sideboard, we have two Heart Arrow of Love. So it's a 10k activate battle for one energy. You get 10k power for your leader a battle card. Then you choose two of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 3 or less. I really just played this for Vegex, but I got lucky today. I didn't even have to verse a Vegex, so yeah. This I played this against the Invoker. It was amazing. He had to just keep wasting Emperor's Death Beam just so he can use his Dimension Magic because blue is just unplayable without being able to untap your energy. Energy for blue is their lifeline. So this is such a dumb card. Should have never been printed. Bandai, stop making silver bullets. This is my extra Master Roshi. Came in handy like every single game. Dodoria literally won me the game against the skillless Gohan. He kept trying to topo, and I just literally topoed him last turn. Literally exactly what I said. I paid one. It was my turn five, right? So I swing. He topos. He has to drop a card and the topo, so that's -2. And then I went ahead and just rebrand him twice. He had no cards. Swung. It was game. Format's way too aggro. I didn't actually verse any other Gotenks. This is really for like the Gotenks matchup or like Invoker. I saw Invoker, but honestly, by turn 5 or 6, if you have to go first and really swing hard. This card is only a 1-of, so I wouldn't even see it against Invoker to be honest. But I still liked it just in case it would definitely win me the game. Blue Impulse. This was for like Bulma, but I didn't see Bulma. And honestly, maybe like Vegex or Broly, because you blow up their whole field for one energy, but I never actually used it against Red Broly, and I didn't see Bulma, so. Secret Identity Mask Saiyan, this is again for like Vegex, or honestly, I put this in for the Skillless Gohan matchup again, because they run a whole bunch of one-drops, so just go ahead and blow up their whole field for free. This was so useful against Red Broly. Between this and Dormant Potential, I had them like completely locked. He couldn't summon out his cards, and yeah, it was just amazing. I actually even won the game with this because I swung with it with only 1 life left or 2 life. I took my second to last life, swung for game. It was great. Max Power. This was for Shin Shenron. Didn't even see it, so didn't need it, but. Yeah, I sided it in against my only loss for the day was against Bibbidi and Vegeta, what it's called. Let's see, I think. I actually don't have the leader on me. But yeah, so that's my side deck for the Gotenks. So my matchups were pretty good. Like I said, I versed Dark Broly, I versed Red Broly, I versed Invoker, and I versed Skillless Gohan, and Bibbidi and Vegeta. And that was my only loss for the night. And then I actually ended up bursting Bibbidi and Vegeta again in Top Cut, and that's why I got knocked out. Didn't even have a chance, sadly, but... Guys, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We upload videos weekly and have lots of information to share. So Talk to you next time, Team Scoop. Peace.